wanting to reach out, go live, just to talk, see where everybody's at and what's going on. We're real close to the actual holiday. This is the last Saturday before Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate during this time. This is the last weekend. I just wanted to reach out and talk and say hey to everybody that's out there. Hoping everybody is having a peaceful transition into the holiday. That the work week is now over. A lot of people may have to go to work on Monday. So if you do, it's different. I know the company I work for, um, they give us the actual holiday the day before, and then the actual holiday. So we get the 24th and the 25th as actual holidays or company holidays. So, but I just wanted to come out and share with you, just today. See what you got going on, what's going on in your life. Putting it above all. See what's going on in your life. Um, wow. Yeah. So if you're out there, just come to chit chat today. I wanted to go a little bit earlier. I got caught up in doing some things around the house. Watched a lot of football today. It was NFL games and college games on, multi levels of college games. The Division One A's. You got the bowl games. You got the Division One Double A playing in their playoffs. So it was a lot of good football that was on, and then it transitioned into good college basketball. So sports, if you're into sports, today was a good day to watch a lot of sport. The weather in my area, in my region, wasn't too bad. A little cold, but we call it bone chilling cold. It was cold enough to, you just even with the coat on, you still felt that temperature grabbing at your skin and at your bones, and it was more like in the low 40s, high 30s, but it wasn't enough. So, but hey, how you doing? This Big Jack. Just out here, just talking about how, excuse me, how you're transitioning into the holidays. That's good. I know the holidays are right around the corner, and a lot of people are stressing. A lot of people are having issues, and I was just hoping that that's not one of you, or you're not one of them that's having a hard time. This should be a time of peace. This should be a time of joy and happiness, not a time of struggling. And it is sometimes it's a struggle for people who might not have. So if you don't have, and so we're just hoping that that's not you, and so, but that's what we're doing. And it was also the big topic today was how to build your channel, build your community. What are some of the tricks or some of the ideas that you do to build your community so that you can grow? I mean, what's your goal? What do you have a goal as far as with YouTube? Is it just a place to come and relax and chill out? Is it a place that you're using to get your points across? Or is it a place you're trying to even be monetized? There's a lot of people out here that's trying to, make YouTube, being a content creator, their job. So what is that for you? Is that where you're at? SN, I see you just came in. Hello, how you doing? But we're just trying to see what are you using YouTube for? What is YouTube to you? My day has been pretty good. Getting real close. Yeah, ready to say we're right. 3 more days. I know a little excited. People are excited. 3 more days until Christmas. Vibing, how you doing? Hey, I hope you're feeling better. And I heard you had seen. I thought I saw you was not feeling well. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, so 3 more days to go, and this is one of those. This is when it gets real stressful. This is when it really gets tight for a lot of people around the Christmas holiday time, because of the simple fact that they start stressing for they don't have enough money to get items that they need, or they got a lot of family coming in. Um, yeah, well, again, my prayers for you that you have a speedy recovery, vibing, and And I'm glad that you even took time, even when you're not feeling well, even to come out and to share with me. So thank you. And I hope you get better real soon for sure. So, like I say, and so it is. So for me, it's not a big pressure. This time of year is not a lot of pressure because we celebrate all year round. So we always giving gifts to one another and things like that. So we don't get all caught up into this time of year to say this is where I have to give certain gifts or certain things to people. So because of that, it's not as stressful, but it is for you if you something that came up and we used. Oh, so you use and yes. So if y'all don't know, and what island is it? Can you share in the comments what island that you do your videos on, so that everybody can see? But yeah. So what are you using the channel for? Is this your way to get across to people and get it out to Jamaica? Yeah, and I knew it was Jamaica. I just wanted you to put it out there. So if you really want to know about Jamaica, if you really want to know the beautiful island of Jamaica and where to go if you ever visit Jamaica, make sure that you go down there and see Vibing with BC and check out her channel and follow that channel and see all the different videos she got us showing Jamaica's some really good videos that she's putting out. So it's not funny, but see, this is the thing for me with YouTube. When I first got on, and I got on in October, so I came in October, and my biggest goal and the big thing that I wanted was to go live. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to go live. So, I had to get to 50 subscribers, and then once I got live, so what I wanted to use YouTube for, what I wanted to do on YouTube, that was it. I'm doing it. I'm doing what I wanted to do. I'm able to go live and able to talk and have people share their comments and share their thoughts. And so this is what I wanted out of it. Now, the more I got into it and the more I started talking with people and watching their videos, I got more engaged and I got more motivated to do more things. So then I started using the creative mindset and things to start building different stories. Or right now I got that little series going with Rudolph versus Santa in my shorts. So if you wanted to check that out and see how it's at right now, we're at 13 parts, so that's pretty good. So 13 parts, and the verdict just came in. So if you haven't seen those videos, go out there and check it out. Check it out. It's Rudolph versus Santa. Rudolph took Santa to court for harassment and bullying and things like that. And and then from there, the verdict just came in. So it's a fun little video. Now I can tell you this: I used AI for the pictures, but it's my script. So that the storyline that if you watch the videos, the storyline is mine, but I use AI to get the pictures that go with my storyline. So that's just using technology to your advantage. It's no reason for me to go out there and try to, it would take me weeks to put something together that AI is able to do in a matter of minutes. So that's why you try to use those tools when they're out there. But I have no problem telling you that that's how it's done. So, if you're thinking I did not do the videos, but that is my script, that is my idea, and that's half of it right there. So having the idea and putting it into a program and letting the program run the idea and put it into picture. So I'm happy with that. So if you get a chance to go check it out, go check it out. It's Rudolph versus Santa. Right now we had, like I say, 13 parts, and it is pretty cool. Hey, how you doing? H, what's going on? Glad to see you out here. So we're just going here trying to say, what do you use YouTube for? What is YouTube? What is that? What is it to you? What are you using it for? What platform or what are you trying? So I know Vibin says she's using it to be able to share her beautiful island with the rest of the world. So is that what you're doing? It could be just a hangout for you. It could be just a hangout. It's a hangout for you to come in and just to get on different lives and things like that. Now, if it's a hangout for you and you're just wanting to get on and help someone build their community, or by you coming on and watching these lives, you're helping you're helping people build their community. See, that's it right there. So to watch. So if you're here to watch and the things like that, it's you know, and that's good. So that's great. That's great that you're using it to stay away from bad thoughts. And if that's it, so then that's why I'm about to go in that area too, to make sure that you actually go to a channel that's going to be positive. Go to a channel that's going to put out good content for you to help you stay motivated or stay focused or stay in a positive mindset, because those, sometimes those are the things that you need. So to have different channels, and there's some that's going to be the opposite. So you got to really watch what you do. But that's no different than if you was hanging with friends in the street or hanging with friends at home. Some friends are going to put you in good atmosphere. Some friends are going to put you in a good place, and then some people will put you in a bad place. What they call guilt by association. So sometimes you can be guilty even though you didn't do anything, just because you're associated with people that was doing wrong. So I'm definitely trying to build a positive location for people to come, a positive channel for people to be able to come and feel relaxed and feel welcomed and feel wanted. So that's what I'm trying to build. So that's what the story time's about. Yeah, Big Jack Story Times is just me telling all the different stories and different things that I went through in my life, and so that maybe it'd encourage you not to either do the some things I had to do, I had to learn the hard way, or it's like, oh man, that was pretty cool. Let me try that out. Yeah, I'm saying that, but like with vibing, I've never been to Jamaica. But my son just got back from Jamaica. My son was just in Jamaica last week. So, those are things where I felt more comfortable about him going to Jamaica because of the fact that I learned a little bit from watching the videos that Vibin had put out. So those videos helped me feel a little bit more comfortable having one of my sons go to a country that I had never been. And I'm an overprotective parent. Even though he's grown, I'm still that overprotective parent, and that's sometimes why things happen like that. I call myself Big Jack. It was not something that I started calling myself. When I played football in high school, that's what the nickname people was calling me. They called me Big Jack, because I was a big guy, and I'm still a big guy. But at the same time, when I played, and I was a running back, so hard to believe, but I was a running back, and it was Big Jack. So when I had the ball in my hand and I ran through, it was almost like a Mack truck, but it was a big Jack. So you just got Jack. So that was one of my the things that, and it just stuck with me. And anybody that meets me and talk to me and they see me, it's like, that's Big Jack. Big Jack is mild mannered, very, very, very mild mannered. Pretty, like I say, I'm a cool person to be with, if I could say about myself. But at the same time, now it's not my height. I'm only 6 feet. I'm 6 feet. But I am now over 300 pounds, over 300 pounds. So, but when I played in high school and in college, my playing weight was around 235. When I went in the military, my weight was 250. So just imagine a 250-pound soldier, a 250-pound soldier standing in front of you, especially when it came to hand-to-hand combat and things like that, that you didn't really want to cross Big Jack. So that's what a lot of people, um, that's where the name started and stayed with. So when it was time to come out here and go through build a name for your YouTube, that's why I used Big Jack. So it's Big Jack's story time, and that's where that came from. Oh, yes, you're welcome, and thank you. Thank you for saying thank you. It was definitely an honor and a privilege to be able to serve my country. I've done, I did 8 years and in the U.S. Army, and I did 3 deployments. So I've been to 3 different countries in service. So I did pretty good. I'm okay. I wish I would have stayed in now that I'm, once I had got out, I wish I'd have went on and did the whole time. But the little bit of time that I did do, I feel good about, and no regrets. No regrets about my time in the military. The only regret is that I did not do my 20 years. So I do have some family members that done 20 years, and I also have family members that lost their life serving their country. So with that being said, yeah, I think as a family, we have put in our service to the country. Yeah. So, but we're saying, what is YouTube for you? What are you using it for? What is the platform for? What are you doing there? Oh, hey, so you say your brother's about to join the military? Okay, all right. Well, I have a video in there, so you can look at one of my videos. I talk about my time in basic training. I don't know if that would help them, but check it out because it was a funny story that I had to go through. Definitely experience that I went through, so I try to share. But I encourage anybody and everybody that can go into the military to at least do one tour or one term of the military. Just the 3-year, 4-year term, and that experience, and then the blessings and the actual benefits that come from just being a veteran is huge, especially if you're in the United States. But I did a tour in South Korea. So I had to do a year in South Korea. I was in Kuwait, and I was in uh, Somalia or Bosnia and Somalia. So I done my time. I put some time in, and I don't regret any of it. Not not 1 second of the time that I was in do I regret. Yeah. So, but that's good. So tell your brother, good luck. Um, Make sure he's in shape, or try to be as in shape as he can when he get there, so they don't have to whip him into shape. Then, when you already go in already there, it's a lot better. It makes the transition a lot easier from being a civilian to being a soldier. Yeah, without a doubt. So the platform. What do we use YouTube for? Is it a place that you come to hang out? Is it a place just to come that you want to build and drop your content in? Is it one of those things that you're doing where it's like, okay, I'm trying to, promote or push a product, so I'm using YouTube for that? Is it self-help? Like you have a service that you know how to do and you want to show other people how to change a light bulb or change a faucet or things like that? What is it that you use YouTube for? Oh, no problem, H. Hey, see you later. And thanks for coming in for just that little bit of moment. And definitely still continue to pray for you and your family during this time. And I'll be talking with you and chatting with you next time for sure. I had to come back a little earlier for you. But thank you. Yeah. So, but what are you using it for? What is YouTube for you? What is it? What is your thing? What is this about? What is YouTube for? And what do you use it for? Like me, I always wanted to go live. That was my thing. Oh, man, that's pretty good. And memoirs, that's pretty good. So, and that's the thing. That's why I said earlier was the wanting to be able to go live, because this is like when you post a video and you're watching to see who views it, and maybe they'll leave a comment and things like that. You never get to see who it is. You never get a chance to, actually say here. When you're in the lives, you get a chance. At least you get a chance to see there's someone's watching, someone's listening, and then if they comment, like memoir, like you just did. But that right there helps a lot, because then you're having some back and forth. You're having some dialogue, and that's to me what it's more for that. I know that there's times that you can invite people in, so you can invite people in, and And that's one of the next steps. Some next things I want to do is actually have a duet on a live where you're on here with someone and you're actually having a conversation with them and discussing. So that's one of my definitely next moves that I'm going to do. I want to be on here with with someone, and we actually having a full conversation and and answering the questions of those who are coming up in the chats and watching. So tune in, because that's going to be something that's going to be coming up real soon. So you're nervous. Okay. Well, and it's, here's the thing. It's nothing wrong with being nervous for sure, because it's you're out there and you got millions and millions of people that could be watching you, but it's you, and no one knows you better than you know yourself. So if you're telling anything about you, then it's just you. The self-esteem and being proud of who you are and what you're about and what you're bringing to the table. You're the only one that can do it. See, that was a message I did in one of my videos. If you go in there and look, and it says the new YouTube's new DEI. Because I work in a company where DEI stands for, and a lot of companies, is diversity, equity, and inclusion. But the new DEI, what I was saying, is different entertaining ideas. We all have these different entertaining ideas. So your idea or your niche or your what you're bringing to the table or to the channel is totally different than what I'm bringing to the channel. So if you bring your ideas and I bring my ideas, we're just making it bigger and making it better. So yeah, you get nervous. Because you're still learning. Like I'm new to this, and I'm still learning some of the different things that's going on, especially like um, trying to you're trying to build a community and trying to build your channel, and I still get caught, and I really do. I get caught up on when one person, if you got, say you got 50 subscribers, and then you look and it's only saying 49. I really get worried about, where did that one go? Where did that one person go? Where did I had 50? Where did that one go? And that's a concern, because you're new and you're just getting started. I am. So you might already been out there for a while, but I'm just getting started. And because I'm just getting started, I notice when there's one person missing. But then when you get into it and you see the people that got thousands and thousands and more of subscribers, they wouldn't know if you was there or not. They don't even count you anymore, to the point that if you look at the numbers, it just has a K. So that means they got 1,000, they got 2,000, 12,000. So it's just a K there. So you're just one of the numbers. But when you got a small group of people, it's more personable. So with that, I look at it as, now this is like my little, you're like my little family, my little community, my little, neighborhood. And so it takes the nervousness away, because I'm not in front of a great big group of people. I'm just in front of just my neighborhood, and I'm okay with that. So that helps a lot. Now, I think if I was on in a duet, so say you're going on in a split screen and you and someone else, that might help you with your nervousness to a point, because you're on there with somebody that can help you get through the struggle, get through the battle, get through the conversation, so you don't have to feel nervous. When someone gets on there and you see the insults coming. So it was good that I watched I was on a live, and one of the people, as a matter of fact, it was Nemo 504. So Nemo 504 was on there, and he was saying that you're going to have some people that's going to just come to your lives, and they're going to be very rude, and they're going to be nasty and this and that, and you just got to learn how to block them and keep moving. And had I not heard that first before I started going on the lives, I probably would have been really bothered by the first person that did it, and the next person that did it, and the next person that do it. So there's always going to be somebody that's going to come in. Yes, that's it. He is a very good guy. So when he made that comment and I'm watching it on the live, and he making that comment, it helped me. So that's what we're trying to do with the building of the community. That's my hashtag. What you see now is that iron sharpening iron. We're going to make each other stronger. We're going to make each other, like, we're going to help you get rid of the nervousness so that you can go in there. I want you to be successful. I want you to blow up your channel and be live. And we're not in competition with each other. That's the big thing. I had to get through my mind, and I'm hoping anyone else that's new, especially if you're new to this, it's not a competition. You're not competing. There's enough room in here for everybody. Because like I say, what I'm bringing to the table, what you're bringing to the table is not the same. And even if we had the exact same idea, the way you deliver your idea and the way I deliver my idea will still be different. So that right there in itself will make us grow, and we can grow together. We don't have to grow and fight each other for one spot. It's not like it's only one spot or whatever out there. So we all can and put in the work and get the results together. And it's the best part. It's not a competition. So because it's not a competition, that helps me sometimes not be nervous because I'm not trying to win. When I played sports and things like that, I would get nervous before a game, but it was a lot of weight on because you want to win the game and this and that. Now I want to put a product out, and you want it to be good. You want it to be viewed by millions and millions of people. But at the same time, if in the beginning, you're going to have those low numbers. You'll have a 10 and a 20 and 100, and things like that. So you just got to keep putting it out there. And the more and more you put out, one of them going to stick. And it's so funny how, like, I got a series going right now, that Rudolph versus Santa. Rudolph took Santa to court, da-da-da-da. Excuse me. There's 13 parts to that story right now, and we're still building. I'm still building part 14, part 15. So it's almost coming to an end. I think we're going to be wrapping it up in the next, say 1 or 2 days, because I wanted to have it done before Christmas for sure. But where we at? And thank you for that. But I'm having fun putting it together. I am. I'm really having fun. But if I look at the views from like the part one might have 20 views, and then part two had like 10 views, and then part three. But then when I got to like part 11 or 10 or 11, and it's like as soon as I put it in there, it blew up, and it went. I mean, it was like 2,000 views or something like that. But then number 12 went right back down. So it's like it's all the same story. So you would think that you would get the same results, but it doesn't work like that. And because it doesn't work like that, you don't look at it as if you did something wrong. You just got to look at it like, okay, what's going on, and why is it, not so much why is no one viewing it. It's just you don't know how YouTube is promoting it. You don't know how YouTube is promoting it. You don't know how they're pushing it to say, that you're gonna have these type of results. You're gonna have this result or that result. You got to look at the time that you put it out there. Did you put the right tags on it? The title? I mean, all that has a lot to do with the results that you get, and a lot of that information I'm getting from watching other people. When I watch other people's videos, and or especially when they're trying to teach, I'm like, okay, so I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I got to do this. But then it's like, I did all of that, and I still didn't get the results. So it's like, well, it just wasn't your turn. That's not that. Hey, how you doing, Elaine? How you doing? And that's the whole thing. You're always trying to improve on your, yes. So that's pretty good, man. That's good. You're always trying to build. You're always trying to get better at what we're doing. So when you come on here and you're putting content out there and promoting your page, you're trying to do your best to make sure that you're putting out good content. You want to keep going to work. All right, Vibin, thank you. And again, I hope you get better. And thank you for even stopping through. I know it probably took a lot out of you. And you have a great night. Have a great night. But when you're pushing, you're pushing out a product, and not only are you pushing out a product, but you're trying, okay, how can I make this product better? How can I make myself better? When I put out my next one, like I'm still struggling over the thumbnails, and I'm still struggling over I can't remember what it's called, but like when you first look at your channel and you got the I forgot what it's called, but you got some people got real pretty ones, but when you pull it up the page and you see the bar that goes across the top where their name is and all, I'm still struggling to get that because there's a lot of programs that you can go to, but then it's like how much I'm going to invest into my channel. Do I really want to put the kind of money in? Yeah, your header bar. Thank you. Yeah, so your header bar, but it's like how much are you going to invest into paying for services to get that done, or you just leave it alone. So those are the things that you really gotta think about when you're building this thing. Is like how much I'm gonna put in, how much financial investment I'm gonna put into building to make sure I got a good header bar. And Abby, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't even acknowledge you, but you came in right with an answer. So, but when how much are you going to put in? How much financial investment are you going to put into your channel? Because that's one of the things, especially when you're new and you're not getting anything back, and you're putting a lot of time and effort to. So then, like I say, you had to start. Okay, I will. I thank you. See, and that's what this is all about again. Abby just walked in here and right away is giving good information. So, and it's what, Canva? Okay, okay. And I have to try because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, I see so many different channels and I want my channel to be appealing when someone look at it. I want them to want to stop and want to see what I got and things. Like I came in like a wrecking ball. I had so many different angles that I could have came in, or so many angles that I had that I was like I had like 3 or 4 different channels. So it's like, okay, I had a channel because I love to bowl. So I had a channel for bowling, then I had a channel for golf, and I had a channel for putting, the story time. I had a channel for that. And then it was like the relaxing sounds and all. I had a channel for that. And I was like, I was way too many, so CapCut, okay. So way too many angles, and then I'm listening to other people like, well, turn those other channels into a playlist, and that way you're not trying to keep 4 or 5 channels up keep the upkeep on 4 or 5 different channels. That's stressful in itself. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because what you want someone to come to your channel, this is my mindset. When you want someone to come to your channel, you want them to come in and see what they're looking for. If I was to, flip the channels on my TV, I know when I go to like I go to ESPN, I'm looking for sports. I'm not trying to see a documentary on ESPN. I'm not trying to see, this on ESPN, because ESPN, I'm looking for sports. So is that what we're looking at when we say a playlist? Is more like different channels in one. This is my cable. Here's your menu, and you got different channels within your one program. So if that's the idea, then that makes sense now. So now that I'm saying it out there to you, that makes a little bit more sense because you can get more entertainment by coming to my channel if you look at it that way. I say that I'm learning iMovie a bit better. Okay, and that's good. And that's through using just the iPhone. So that's the Apple product. So if you have Apple or iPhone or iPads and all, you can use iMovie. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay, and there you go. So it's chapters of a book if you want to look at the playlist like that. So my thing is, like I say, when you're looking in it, and because you got so many different VidIQ. Now I've used that program. I use that VidIQ. I've used that program, and I like that program. So there, like I said, there's so many different things out there that you can use. So the iPhone and the iPad, right? Yeah. So that's what I have my iPhone, I have my iPad. That's my devices. Matter of fact, I'm using the iPhone now, but I'll have my iPad up. Um, I've used so many different programs because prior to trying to be a content creator, I was already doing some training videos and different videos that I was doing for my job. And that's how I was using YouTube. I was using YouTube as a storage place for videos because it was easier to pull it out and show it to people on the job. It was just too many loops to get through when you try to, save it and without a camera, you're doing everything, everything through the phone. It was just easier. So I had a channel. So if you was to like look at my history, it looks like I had a channel for years. If you look at how long my channel has been open or whatever. But as far as content that's now being viewed and actually membership and people subscribing, I've only been here since October. So that's how, so it's like, well, he said October, but it's showing, but I was using it to store videos. So what I did when I finally decided I wanted to go, and I said, I'm going to finally become a content creator. I'm going to finally start putting videos out and things like that. I deleted every video I had, changed the name of that channel, and that's why you have Big Jack Storytime, and that's where that came about. I try to do live as much as I can. Um, the I haven't set it like a set time to say I'm gonna do it every, but what I did start doing and what I said I wanted to start doing was before I was gonna call it a day, I wanted to go live and do more like a wrap up. I wanted to go in there and say, okay, this is how my day went. How was your day? And we go back and forth. The difference is because you got people from all over the world, the time zones are different. So for me to say I'm gonna do it at 10 o'clock where I'm at doesn't mean it's 10 o'clock where you are or whatever. So that's one of the things that you get caught into. So memoirs, we're in the same boat. So I've had it for years, but I was using it for something else. Matter of fact, I had no members. If you actually if you could see when my first member or first subscriber, it was in October. So, and then like I say, the original goal was just to go live. That's all I wanted to do. I needed the 50 subscribers so I can go live. But then when you get on here, and this is one of the things that bothered me a lot, you get on here and you get people who, you see the videos like, I was monetized in 4 days or 5 days. And I'm like, what did you do? What was the thing that you did that allowed you to be monetized in 5 days? How was you able to get that many watch hours in 5 days? How was you able to get that many subscribers in 5 days? So that's what I said I was going to do. And this is one of the big things that I said to myself is I was going to be as real as I could be with the people who are willing to listen. I'm not going to tell you that it's an easy journey, that all you have to do is go in here and just post, and people are going to like. I am still in that world where if one person fall off, if I looked and saw that I had 200 subscribers, and then I look back and it says 199, I am looking for that one person. I'm telling you, where did they go? What did I do wrong that they no longer want to subscribe? So my whole thing is about being real. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to tell you this is what I'm going through. I have picked up a lot of little toys. That's pretty good, Abby. So I picked up a lot of little toys. So I got holders now for my phone so I can do live. I got not cameras, but more lighting so I can, so you can see me. I got microphones so you can hear me. And I'm not using the mic now, but I do have one that you can hear me better. So you start getting a lot of the different toys and stuff like that. And I'm with you. So I look at it as like, we put comments, our product out there, and it's like, but you do. And you tell me, when you put out a video, Are you looking at how many people how many people view it, how many people put a comment? Are you looking for that? Are you disappointed if you don't hit a certain number? Do you keep going back to it to see if it grew more than one or two? These are things that I find myself still doing. These are things that I find myself doing now, that I put a video out there and then I'm going right back looking to see how did the video do. Especially. Yep, and that's the whole thing, 100%. So, and I said that earlier, like I said that earlier about the the new DEI message, the diversity, equity, inclusion, but now it's more what I say, it's now different entertaining ideas. So all of us are bringing different entertaining ideas. I made a video about that we're all bringing something different to the table, something different. They're entertaining. They're different ideas that we all bring into the table to make us to make this all grow. So no matter which way I go and which channel I look at, I'm going to get something new and better about it. You say if I didn't have this channel, I probably would have it. Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. So and that's how we started today's chat was, what are you using YouTube for? And if it's to help you get through the day, and it's a way to be able to vent and get it off your chest in a form of video, and people are watching and people are supporting, if that's what you're doing with it, then that's what you do with it. So it's more, it doesn't mean the same for everybody. A life, yeah, and that's the thing, yeah. So, and that's, if that's what you're using it for, so that's what it's all about. If you're using it for, some people are using it to put a roof over their head and clothes on their back and food on their table. And if that's what you're doing, see, that changes the game for a lot of people. That's no different than a professional athlete. So, and I do a lot of relating to sports and things like that because, when I played and all of that. But, people that play professional, they're not having the same fun as a person who's just out there playing, because that's their job. They're out there trying to make a living. They're out there trying to feed their family. They're out there trying to keep a roof over their head and clothes on their back and food on the table and all of that. And this is their way of doing it. So the fun is not the same because it is their job. So when I come on here, I'm coming on here and I don't have that stress that I need this to pay my mortgage or pay my, my utility bills and all. So you would be, I say, the person who says they're not is the biggest liar in the world. I'm just going to be honest. The person that said they're not on here to be monetized or whatever, and I'll have to correct myself when I say they're lying. But for the work that you put in, and what it takes to actually produce real valuable content and people to watch and all, you should get paid for it. So that stride should be to get to that point. If they was going to give me a check for being on here talking to you, I am not going to turn it down. I'm not going to say no. I really love this, and I still love it. But if you're going to pay me, I would love it and the check. So not the, so, but that's what it's all about. Don't act like I'm not here for the money. No, you put a lot of work and time in. The time that you put in and to put a video together and all of that stuff, even in the money that you've already, I'm sorry, I'm reading your, Elaine, I'm reading your something. And I'm sorry to hear about that, with your husband. Uh, and that's the thing. So if you're able to use this platform to help promote your situation, and it's going to help you maybe one day get out of some of the situations you're in. So and then, like I said, you're putting in. Now, brain cancer is, I'm a cancer survivor, and it wasn't brain cancer. So I prostate cancer, and I just finished my radiation treatments a few months ago, and I just got my numbers back, and it was undetectable. So I fully understand cancer. You don't even have to put whatever name in front of it, but all cancer, 100% sucks. So I 100% understand what you're saying there. So yes, 100%. So. Yeah, so and it is. It's a struggle out there, and but sharing that part of your story, and the thing is, and sharing how you're either going through it or coming out of it. There are other people that's out there that's very in the same boat that you're in, same situation, very similar situation, and they might be able to help you get through it, or you might be helping them get through it. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't know if that would be in the best move, but yeah, it sounds it sounds like you're having a hard struggle down there, Elaine, and so I'm definitely gonna have you in my prayers for sure for all the things that you're going through. Yeah. So, but it is the struggle is real, and the people that you meet on here, you can almost bet with all the money you got in your life that you're not alone. You're not the only one that had that problem. Um, and meanwhile, you're saying 33 years married. That's a blessing if that's what you're saying. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, it's definitely there's a struggle out there. Don't ever fool yourself thinking that that this is a bed of roses and things like that. Oh, praise God on that. The 1990, that's wild. Yeah. So but it is. It's a real struggle, and and sometimes it's better than others. Some days are much better than others. What I do say, and I will say it to you, and I will say to anybody, sometimes to get to the next mountaintop, you have to go through the valley. And the valley is a lot of times where people are going through the roughest times. Matter of fact, even in the Bible, it says the shadow of death. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but what David said in that psalm, I fear no evil, for God is with me, for thou art with me. So to get to the next mountaintop, you have to go through a valley. And so the big thing, what I would encourage you, and I would encourage anybody, don't stay in the valley. Don't make the valley your resting place. Just know it's just a place I have to get through to get to the next mountaintop. Look forward and stay positive and know that as I continue to walk, I'm going to get to the next mountaintop. So that's something that we definitely have to get through our minds and our hearts and souls to say, hey, I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. This a temporary time, temporary place that I'm going through, and then I'm going to get out of here. So there's some real talk going on right now, and I'm seeing that you're, it's rough. It is rough out there, and it's this time of year makes it even harder because this is a time that people find themselves in a lot more financial strain because they're it's like it's expected that I have to come up with a lot. You got to get gifts for this and you got to do this, but don't put yourself out if you can't. To me, makes no sense for anyone to put to put themselves in a financial strain to make sure that they have certain gifts or certain decorations or certain things like that. That just don't make sense to me. It looks like you got a lot of stuff going on, and we're definitely going to pray for you and your husband and your situation, so that you can definitely see some light at the end of the tunnel. Don't, like you said, you use this platform as a way to help you stay alive, stay focused, stay positive. So keep using this as a way. Yeah. So that's good that they were able to cut some of the cost. Yeah, and we're the same way. So, and I said that earlier in this video that we give enough throughout the year that we don't have to wait for this one day to give a lot of stuff. But it's good that you had a brother that was able to buy the house. So sometimes, that's the whole thing. Having someone being there that's able to help. Even, you might have to. I have to do certain things, but the person who got it is a relative or whatever, because those are other blessings. Wow, that's a lot. Wow, so y'all got, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm looking at the a lot of the memoirs. I see you. I'm seeing how late it is, and we're definitely appreciate your time and definitely giving some great insight. Uh, H, you back? Yeah, let's go. All right. But if you gotta go, I understand, and I mean, that's the cool thing about this. You can come and go as you need and want to. H, I'm glad you was able to come back. Let me see. So I thought. Oh, wait a minute. So you wait a minute. Um, I'm not. I'm looking at your. And it said I'm back. They broke up. Okay. It's a lot going on, and I really want to, if it's possible, to pray for you all. I honestly believe that it's a lot of situations going on, and I'm gonna have all of you, everyone that's on here right now, and I'm definitely gonna put you on my list to pray that the Lord will definitely bless you and bless your heart and bless your situation. I'm praying that the Lord give you peace, the peace that passeth all understanding. I'm praying that God will allow you to heal right here, right now, in the mighty name of Jesus. I am really touching and agreeing with each and every one of you in your situation right now, that God will step in and move in a mighty way that will take away the pain. Because right now, I hear pain. I feel pain. I'm feeling it just by the stories that I'm watching as you're commenting. You're hurting, and it's not a hurt. It's not a hurt that's something that I can say that's going to heal. It's a hurt that's going to that only something higher. Whatever you believe in, it's going to have to be what helps you heal, and you need healing right now. So I am praying for healing right now. And I'm praying for healing in your finances. I'm praying for healing in your physical health. I'm praying for healing in your financial health, your financial growth, your housing situation. I'm looking for healing in that. And that everything that's broken right now, and I'm asking God to fix it in the mighty name of Jesus. I'm asking God to fix it right now. I do believe that I believe in the power of prayer. I believe that God is able, and I believe that what I'm reading and seeing that a lot of people are hurting right now, and this is maybe why we came up. This is why maybe we came up. This is why we had to go live today. This is why we had to go live at this time. And if that's what it is. So we were saying, why do we use this? Why do we use this platform? Why do we use YouTube? Well, right now it's a way to get this off your chest and get this off your heart and know that someone cares. I do care. I care for you. I care for your situation. It's not that I will be able to do anything for you right now, not me, but it's not about me, it's about you. So do know that if you're praying, that I'm going to touch and agree with you. And I'm hoping that everyone that's on here right now that's still in this chat will touch and agree with you that whatever it is, that God will fix it. Whatever it is, that it will be fixed. So, so everything has a reason. Everything has a reason and a season. And whatever the reason is and whatever the season is, let it be manifested to you so that you will fully understand. That you will fully understand and be able to see and move forward and move forward in a direction that's going to be a blessing to you and your loved ones and anyone else that's attached to you. And I pray that right now. I pray that right now. So if you're hearing me, do know that you are not alone. Even though we might not know each other physically, but you are my virtual family, my virtual team, my virtual group, and I appreciate you being here right now. And this is what you need, and this is what I need, because this is a blessing. So I'm watching the back and forth, and my heart is hurting for you. And I don't want it to hurt. I don't want it to hurt. I want to hear positive. I want to see that you came out of this situation. So I'm asking you that when God manifests this thing to you, that when God shows you and when God pulls you out of this situation, that you share that information with us also, that you let us know the results, because it's definitely important that we see that what's going on, that we see that what's going on in your life, and that we all can rejoice with you. I am believing right now that we're going to get 5 or 6 reports of how good God is. If whatever happened today, this is not a permanent fix for your life. Don't look at it as this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. This is how it is right now, this minute. But what's coming around the corner is going to be different. So always know that what's coming around the corner will be different. So don't get caught up into what's happening right now this moment. It's a weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Joy will come in the morning. You just got to get through. You just got to get through. Don't give up. Continue to push. Continue to push. Continue to push until you get your breakthrough. You have to make sure that you put yourself in position to get your breakthrough. That's what I'm praying. I'm praying right now for you, each and every one of you. But you know right now in your heart that who this is for. You know it's for you. I don't want to call out names. This is for you. And I want you to take this thing and I want you to run with it. And I want you to trust and believe that whatever you're going through right now, this is not the final destination. This is not the final say so. This is not where it stops. This is just a beginning to get you to the next level. Remember I said, to get to the next mountaintop, you must go through a valley. So we're going to go through the valley, but you're not alone. We're going to go through the valley with you. We're going to help you get through. And we're going to hold you. We're going to help you. We're going to pull you out of this situation. Do believe that. Do believe that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Man. Yeah. I don't want to pause. I know we're in a live and I don't want to shortchange anybody that's here. And I thank you, those who stayed on and shared for this moment of, just that we had to take a pause. We had to take a pause. And I thank you for those who stayed on when we took the pause. I know some dropped off and whatever the reason is, but I do believe that God is good. Okay, Elaine, I know you got to go, and you have a good night. This is not going to be the last conversation we have. This is just a conversation today. And I pray everything is good with you. H, glad you were able to come back. You know what? Sometimes things just happen. It just happens. So don't get, yeah, God is great. Yes, He is. So you have a good night and take care of yourself and everything else. But H, don't get caught up in the negatives. So always try your best to think the positives. What's the good that's going to come out of this thing? Sometimes to think of a plant that has to grow. The only way that plant's going to grow is sometimes we got to cut some things off. People, they call it pruning the trees or pruning the branches to make it grow. So you're pruning right now. You're in a pruning season so that you can grow. So don't get caught up in the right now. Sometimes we do. We get caught up so much in the right now. This is a birthday week for me, also. Before the year changes, I will be older than I was last year, if you want to look at it that way. So before the year changes. But, I've with the years of situations and circumstances, it has allowed me to get to the position where I'm not, um, I don't it don't shake me up as fast and as hard. Don't ever get me wrong thinking that things don't bother me. Things do bother me, and I do get nervous and I do get worried about different things. But I've learned to not, I say, never let them see you sweat. Never let them see that they shook you. Never let them see that they got you. And that's anybody. I'm gonna put a smile on my face. I'm gonna keep a smile on my face. Yeah. So that's it. So and that's sometimes what you have to do. So and sometimes we just have to we have to grow, and some things have to be cut off so that you can grow. Some people just can't, the timing. I could tell you when I was younger, and I'm talking in high school, and it was closer to certain holidays. And this is me telling the story of me, so and those who are listening, it's getting closer. So I'm dating this girl in high school, and it was getting closer to the holidays, and um, I would break up with that person just before the holiday because it stopped me from having to get that person a gift. So how selfish was that? And I understand that now. But at that time, is I couldn't afford to give that person what they was asking for. I couldn't afford to give that person anything. I didn't have anything to give them anything. So it was easier to break up with them and not real. I would at that time I wasn't realizing how painful it was and how I was hurting that person's feelings and all that because I was just being selfish. I knew I didn't have anything to give that person, and I felt obligated that I had to give them something. So it was easier to just break up with them. And then once the holiday was over, we'll get back together. And because I know the person still cared about me, and I really cared about them, but I just didn't have anything to give them. And because I didn't have anything to give them, I would break up. So I'm not saying that was the right thing to do. I know it wasn't the right thing to do, but it was what I was doing at that time. That was because I was definitely young and immature. And sometimes when you're young and immature, you do things that are young and immature. So that was one of the that was a move that I made when I was younger. I'm trying to read what you said right there, man. And that's the whole thing. It's a back and forth. And I can't tell you what to do. That's your life, and I can't tell you what to do on that. Not that I even would try to tell you what to do, but I know what I did when I was younger, and it was I don't really want to lose the person. I just can't get you anything, and that's the disappointment too. it's a lot of weight that a lot of people put on each other. You're looking for something. So like I say, with this time of year, it's like you come out with this big old list of all these things you want and you're looking for. You better come with something, and it's like, wow, that's a lot of, well, you knew Christmas was coming, you knew my birthday was coming, and I'm with you. Yes, you did, but that doesn't change my financial situation. It doesn't, just because your birthday is here, it doesn't change my financial. Like I knew your birthday. You knew my financial situation, and I don't have anything to give. Other than time, I can give you me. But and you can look at it like, I know people that celebrate for the whole week, and people that celebrate for the whole month. It's my birthday month. I'm like, I cannot hang with you for all month, and like you were born on December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. You know, So, and because of that, it's like I can't afford it, and I can't afford it, and that's a lot of pressure to put on a person. To now, that person is trying to figure out how to get out of it. How can I get out of it? And like I said, I don't know your situation. I was just telling you about my story. And that's why I was just trying to share that. I was like, but see, at that time I was in high school. I didn't have a job. We want me to get, you want gifts that we want me to go steal it? Because that was the only way I was gonna be able to get it for you. And then if that was the case, we're not gonna be together anyway, because I'm gonna get caught and I'm gonna go to jail and da da da. So it was like that. It wasn't worth it. So it was easier to break up, and that's what I did. And I know I can say now I know that was very immature, and I was very young and immature, and it didn't it wasn't worth it. And then I know H that you said you had a situation in your family, and that's a lot of weight for a person too. So I'm not sure what to. I don't want to give any advice because I don't know the situation to give any advice for, but I do know that there are things that's is bigger and it's more emotional, and and it's a lot that some people can't handle, and though you have to go through it and you're going through it because it's affecting you, the person that you might be with, they just don't know how to handle it. Let me tell you a story with this real quick. So, a Big Jack in the story time. I have a niece that is she had got pregnant. Okay, well, she's pregnant and she's delivering her kid. So now she's in the hospital delivering her son, and she has her boyfriend there with them. So they're not married, but that's her boyfriend. And the baby is born. The baby is in the they're where they put the babies in the cribs area, where they you nurse them, and also she's up there in that area. And my niece is it's feeding time for the baby. So now the nurses bring the baby to my niece, and my niece is feeding her baby, and she's feeding the baby. The nurse says when she walked by, now the boyfriend, the baby's daddy, he said he was gonna go get something to eat. So this is a good time for him to go downstairs because they're in the hospital, go downstairs and get something to eat from the cafeteria. So he went downstairs. She's feeding the baby. So the nurse walks by. She says she see my niece sitting on the bed feeding the baby. When she comes back, when the nurse walks back by, the baby is laying on the bed, and my niece has this 1,000-mile stare. She's just staring straight through the door, like maybe whatever. What happened is my niece had a stroke. Just that fast, she had a stroke. And we're talking, she was 21 years old at the time, but she had a stroke. The baby is laying on the bed. The baby's father, the boyfriend, is downstairs getting something to eat. The nurse walks by and she goes in. She says, "Excuse me, ma'am, you okay? You okay?" And there's no response. So it's no response at all. And she has stroke. She is having a stroke. Um, and the baby's there. So the nurse, moves the baby, and they now call and they're rushing my niece from the maternity ward down to the ICU unit. That's how fast this thing popped off. And they moved her from the, say, the fifth floor down to the second floor, and now she's in ICU. She had a massive stroke. The boyfriend comes back from getting something to eat, and they tell him the situation, that the baby is okay, the baby's in the bassinet area, but your girlfriend, and they thought it was his wife, but your wife had a stroke and is now down in ICU. Let me tell you what the boyfriend did. The boyfriend left the hospital. He said he could not take that. There's no way in the world he could take that. So he left. He left the hospital. He left, and it took us 3 days before we was able to reach him. But he had just left. So they called my sister and said, you need to get up to the hospital right away. My sister thought that my niece and her boyfriend got in an argument, and the hospital was now calling to have her come up there because, she was the parent, and, because, anyway. But when she get there, they're telling her that your daughter just had a stroke, a massive stroke. And they're now in an ICU unit trying to work on her and this and that. They don't know where it came from. 21 years old, why she's having a stroke, we still to this day couldn't explain that. But the frantic, because one, the person that she was loving and living with and dating and all, and got this baby with, just left. He left. So when I got the call, my sister, matter of fact, it was my mother who made the call to me and saying my niece was in the hospital. She had a stroke. Immediately, I'm going to the hospital. I'm up there. One, I too had a stroke before, so I knew some of what they're going to be doing in the hospital. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to be there. The other part was that she needed someone to be with her. My sister, because we had the baby to worry about, that now my sister was torn in the two. She had to worry about the baby and her child. So, but go worry about the baby, because the way the hospital was set up for security reasons, there was only 2 badges or 2 wristbands. You had to have a wristband to get to the baby. So the baby daddy had a wristband, and the mom, my niece, had a wristband. So my niece, she's in ICU with her wristband, and the baby daddy left the hospital with his wristband. So really, technically, by security, no one could go and get to the baby. So it was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. But going all the way back, the person, he was immature. He was young, and it was just too much going at him at one time. And his way to handle that was just to leave, was to run. Run away from my problem and it'll go away. That is the biggest lie that's ever been told, that if you just close your eyes, it'll go away. If you just turn around, it'll go away. That's a lie. It's just still going to be there when you open your eyes. It's still going to be there. You have to face your problems head on. You have to look your problem in the eye and face it. And whatever comes, you're going to get stronger from that. That's 100%. You have to learn to face the problem. And the thing is, address what the problem is. That's what communication. I know we have some people on here that's been married. I've seen some years, some decades that came up in those numbers. Communication is the key. Communication is the key. More people fail. More marriages fail, relationships fail for lack of communication. People will not talk. They will not talk to each other. You have to be open. You have to be transparent. If it's a real relationship, if you really want to have a real relationship, you have to be transparent. You have to let that person know. Like I say, 18 years. I've seen 33 years. I've been married twice. So my second marriage, now 17 years. My first one was 15 years. So I put some time in. But what I've learned from the first to the second, you have to be transparent. You got to be open. Those secrets and not, even the secrets with your phones and all that stuff, that's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. You should be just as open, and especially with the person that you're saying that's your partner. Because like I say, my wife is my best friend. Even if I grew up with people and then I call them my best friend for thousands of years, my wife is my best friend. That is my number one. That's number one. Because that's the person that's with me. That's the person that's the person that got the rights to tell them to, keep me alive or not keep me alive, making medical decisions for me and the roof over my head and helping me keep the mortgage and all of that's the person. That's the person. That's the one. So, that's my best friend. And not only do I love my wife, I like my wife. And that's another thing that you have to ask yourself. Do you like the person that you're with? Do you like them? Because that's totally different. Yeah, well, I love them. No, I didn't ask you if you love them. Do you like them? And when you like somebody, you have no problem going out with them because I like hanging with them. I want to introduce them to all my friends because I like who this person is, and they will like them too. It's totally different how you look at it when you say I like a person. I love them. I love my wife with all my heart, but I like my wife. I like hanging with my wife. I like going out with my wife. I want people to know my wife because she's a pretty cool person. So those are the things that that you when you're in a relationship, those are the things that you want to make sure you get out and get across. So you sit there and you question, I know I love you, but do I like you? And that's real. That's some real talk. That's real talk right there. So my niece, eventually, she did recover. She had to go back. We had to teach her how to walk again. Had to teach her how to read again. But right now she's living a full life. She has her own place. Her kid is doing real well. She's driving, got a job, all of that stuff. And this wasn't that long ago. But it was scary, And then to have that person. So now that person's no longer in her life. Now it's still a baby's father. Don't get me wrong, but he's not. They're not dating each other. So because that was definitely a move where she was able to see that person's true colors, and when the rubber met the road, when I needed you the most, you ran. Was that the straw that broke the camel back? A lot of it is you got to look at where that person's coming from. I'm young. I don't understand. I don't know what it means to a person having a stroke at 21 years old. Why are you stroking in this? So some people are afraid. They're afraid to handle a situation, or they just don't know how to handle a situation. You can be a grown up and we can do grown up things, but I don't know how to handle grown up situations. I don't know how to handle grown up responsibilities. And right now, there's a child that needed their parents, and one parent was sick, and the other parent, he ran. So that's when other people have to step up and step in. So, um, in situations where a lot of emotions are going around, some people just can't handle that. So, I want you to know that some people just can't handle. Some people are not as strong. Some people are not as mature to handle the situations that's being dropped at them. So they handle it the only way they know how, and a lot of times we just run. You think about it. When you're afraid of something, say you were afraid of something, a lot of people do what? They either run from it or they close their eyes because I just don't want to see it. If I don't see it, it'll go away. If I don't see it, it'll go away. If I run, so those are the things that those are the things sometimes that that's how we handled trouble before, and we that's all we know. So that's that not advice given, but I just wanted to share that story. I wanted to share that story with you. Abby, would you say sometimes it's a blessing in disguise? 100%. 100%. Not that we wanted to have a massive stroke, but what she did, but it exposed a lot of things. And we thinking that maybe the blood clot was somewhere in the like in the umbilical cord or whatever, and that's how, because it was a couple of days after the delivery, so it wasn't like it was immediately right after delivery, but it was a couple of days after. So we still never figured it out, but it was definitely life changing for her. And for all of us as the family, having to get together and pitch in to ensure that not only she had the best care, but that the baby didn't miss one beat of bondage and a bonding time with people that love him. And he's a good kid, and she's definitely a beautiful young woman now, and she's striving hard to get back to a what she we consider a normal life. So thank you for letting me share my story with you. I hope you know it helps somebody. I hope it helps somebody. Yeah. So it's been fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we went live with the question of what do you use this platform for, and I think the question was answered throughout this live because of the fact that we've had a lot that came through here. If you would scroll through the chats and see all the different things that went on, it's like wow, a lot popped off in that little bit of time, and that's amazing. But that was so much why I wanted to be able just to go live. So the more I get into it, yes, you want to be monetized. Don't get me wrong. My new goal is 1,000 subscribers. That's what I want. So when I get there, I'm like, well, I got my 1,000. So at first it was 50, and now it's 1,000. So and then you got the watch hours and all that. So there's a lot more that goes into it to be what they consider monetized and whatever. But if they said I needed 1,000 to be able to go live, I would put in the work to get to go live because that's what I really want to be able to do. So yeah, but don't get me wrong. If they present me with a check, I'm taking it. So I'm definitely 100% taking it because you put a lot of effort, you put a lot of time in, and you're trying to grow, and you're trying to grow your channel, grow your community. You want to be that place where people feel comfortable coming when they're in need. If they want to talk, they feel comfortable coming. I want you to feel comfortable coming. If you see Big Jack is live, please stop in. Please come over and say hello. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. I'm saying, hey, I want you in here so that we can, touch and agree, have some chit chat or whatever. I want you in here. So that's what it's all about. That's to me, that's what it's all about. That's what it is. So do I have some stories to tell? Oh yeah, I got plenty of stories to tell. So you'll always catch a story if you come in here. But at the same time, I want to hear your stories. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what you're talking about. What some of the things that's on your mind. That's why, we say it a lot. Drop it in the comments and things like that because it's important that you get a chance to express yourself. What's on your mind, what's on your heart. And I ask you, like anything else and everywhere else, just be respectful. You don't have to come on either. I've had a couple that came in here and they, like they like, all wilding out and saying rude things and stuff like that. And it's like it's not necessary. There's too many other channels that you can go and do that one on. You don't have to stop here and do that. So that right there is something that I do my best not to tolerate. But I'm learning on how to handle it. I can tell you my first time I didn't handle it well. I was going back and forth with that person. But that's, it's too many other people in here, too many other people that are, that took the time to be on here for me to, or listen to me going back and forth with one person that's just being rude or nasty or mean. So it's not worth it. So I tried my best to just to continue to move on and not get caught up in rudeness, if that makes any sense. But it's been good. I know we're getting closer to the holidays. I was sitting here watching the game, so I'm watching the last playoff game for college football. For those who follow college football, it's on now. So that was one of the things I was doing when I said, I want to, I'm gonna go live. That's one of the things I was doing before we decided to do the live today. But I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I hit that button and turned the live on because, like I said, looking into the chat, there was a lot going on. Um, I appreciate everyone who stayed and hung in there and hung around long enough to to help us work through it. And I ask you to continue to support, and I want to make sure that I come through and support your channel. That's my goal. My goal is that everyone that comes in here, that I will go and support their channel. So so do be looking for me. If I don't do it, I say kick me and say, hey, Big Jack, you said you was gonna come support my channel. I want to check you out. I want to see what you got going on. I want to be that support for you. You know, um, Watch one of your videos or, and make a comment. So if you do watch any of my videos, I mean, really any of them, leave a comment and help me grow. Let me know, what I could do different if there's something that I could change or whatever, because that's how I get better. I get better off of you letting me know, because I respect your opinion to a point. Will I go right away and change everything? No, probably not. But if you say, "Hey, have you thought about this?" or maybe you know a trick or something that I'm not using that might make it better, and if that's the case, well, I would be a fool not to listen. So if you're in there, if you're ever in there, and you're checking any one of those videos out, and you say, "Hey, it might be better if you did this way," I'm not offended. I'm asking you to do it. So and I will value your opinion. So I do my best to reply back to everybody to who replies to me. But you know, but like I say, when give real feedback, because that's what helps us grow. That what helps us grow. It's gonna make us stronger. My hashtag that you'll see a lot with me is iron sharpening iron. So, it takes a piece of iron to sharpen a piece of iron. So, if I'm my tool and your tool, we make connection, and we're gonna make both of our tools sharper and make us stronger. You're gonna be a better content creator, and I'm gonna be a better content creator. So those are the things that we're striving for. Those are the things that I'm striving for. And I'm looking forward to bigger and better content. Uh, that last series of videos I'm doing, the shorts with Rudolph and Santa, I'm having so much fun, being creative and coming up with new ideas and putting a twist here and there. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, go to my channel. It's in the shorts. Um, and you will see the Rudolph versus Santa. I have it broken down into, right now, there's 13 parts. So try to see part one and work your way on up to 13. They're real short. I think at the longest maybe be 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes at the most. But they're fun, a fun twist to the whole idea. How it came to be was riding home one day from work, and I'm listening to Christmas songs on the radio, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song came on. And if you ever heard the song before, you know what I'm talking about. And it was talking about how they used to laugh at him. They wouldn't let him play reindeer games, you know. And then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa, because of your nose, won't you guide my sleigh? And then they said how all the reindeers loved him, and he went down in history. And in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, if I was Rudolph, I would sue the reindeers, the elves, and Santa because of the harassment, the bullying, and the discrimination that was being done to him, Rudolph, at the pole. So that's where the whole story came from. That's where the whole story came from. So what I did was I wrote a script in that manner that Rudolph took Santa to court and for discrimination, bullying, and harassment. And so the 13 stories or 13 parts right now is the court case. He took him to court, and then Santa has a legal team, Rudolph has a legal team. The North Pole gets involved. We got all kinds of other. So you got to check it out. You have to check it out. And if you do, let me know. But then it was funny because one person did comment. So one person watched the video and they made a comment. And then check this out. Now, I don't know if you knew. And if you did know it, put it in the comments. Who was in it? We got a couple people in here. If you knew this fact, put it in a comment. Male reindeer lose their antlers in the winter. I didn't know that. Male reindeers lose their antlers in the winter. So what does that mean? Female reindeer do not lose their antlers in the winter. So if we just went by what we see on little cartoons and all of that, then that means there were female reindeers pulling the sleigh for Christmas. Just to let you know, that's where it came from. Hey, there we go. So that's the bond. So someone put that in there, just the facts, that, and I'm like, I didn't know. I did not know because I'm thinking deer, but I wasn't thinking reindeer. So I know that like where I'm at, we have a lot of deer, whitetail and this and that. And the females don't have antlers, but it's the males that do. So that's why we assume we go off of that, but it's not that a reindeer. So I had to Google it. Now, don't just take everything because somebody just said it. So I looked it up, and it 100% was true. So I'm like, okay. So that changes the whole way I look at it, the Christmas stories and cartoons and all, because of the fact that you see all those big old antlers coming off those deer's head. But at the same time, we know that if we name them all. But it's funny because if you listen or look at all the names, um, they could be interchangeable. So it wasn't like any one name was like only could be a guy's name or a boy name or whatever. So they're interchangeable. So because of that, it could go either way. So I know that was way off base, but it was a comment that was left, and I appreciated the comment because it not only that we have fun with the storyline that I was doing, but at the same time I learned something. Um, I learned a fact that I didn't know. So not only that we're putting this together and having fun building the content, but I'm actually learning something at the same time. And how useful will it be? I don't know. I could be in a trivia at Buffalo Wild Wings or something one day, and it's a trivia night, and that question's going to come up, about reindeer, and I'm gonna have that answer. So sometimes that's what happens. But it's gonna be it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for those who are building their channels and learning. I'm super excited for you. I'm gonna do my best to make sure I stop by and hit, like I say, hit all your channels. What I try to do is hit a screenshot of who was in here, and then make sure that we go visit you. So, you know, um, I ask you to, if you don't see me right away, bear with me because it's definitely not personal. But it's just one of those things where we do our best to get to some of them. I believe some people that was here, I already follow. I'm already a member, or I already subscribe to you, or you subscribe to me. So we're already there. But if you're not a subscriber, I'm gonna ask you please to hit the subscribe button and continue to follow. And like I said, I will do my best to make sure I visit your page, visit your channel, and support you any way I can. But I'm going to I'm going to end this one. We've been here. Matter of fact, it says we've been about an hour and a half, so it's a pretty good live. And I'm going to end it, and I'm going to call it a night for me. I got a tournament to do in the morning. It's a bowling tournament, so hopefully I do pretty good. You know, it's early in the morning type thing. But for you that's out there, continue to stay blessed and peace. And I will definitely, Abby, I'll see you later. H, I'm going to see you later, hopefully. Hope everything work out for you and anybody else that's out there. Have a good night. Stay blessed and peace. Thank you.